Hello and welcome to the stream. We are now in the Elysian shores sector of the galaxy, and we are heading following the spiral arm round out to the other side, and just out the other side we will go to the a space station, an asteroid space station, and then we'll probably end the stream there, but that's where I will turn to the bubble and head off to the bubble to fight the Fargoids. Right, let's get the map up, show you where we are on the map. Right, so we are right. It's not shown on this map because this map was done over a year ago when I started a tour of the galaxy. We are on a fleet carrier about here, and there is a space station about here, which is where we'll be heading towards today, and then I'll be doing that short jump back to the bubble from there to fight Fargoids. At some point in the future I will be coming back to whichever space station I end at, and we'll continue the last leg of the tour of the galaxy, which is to travel to the tip of this spiral arm and to the easterlymost point in the galaxy, and then we'll head back going through the outer spur sector there back to Sol, covering these last two fleet carriers that that would have been most of the fleet carriers. Since I took this map, more fleet carriers have been added, and I also missed one. There's one just here which I missed, but there is a fleet carrier here now, and there's another fleet carrier here. So yeah, they've added a few more fleet carriers since I set off. I'm not going to go and visit those. Right, okay, let's get into the game. Actually, before we get into the game, let's plot the route. We are using the neutron star or neutron router plotter to plot the route. We'll be travelling along the neutron star superhighway to get there. And let me just plot the systems in there that we are at. So we are currently in this system, and we are heading to right, so it's down as a point of interest. We're heading to this system, and let's calculate the route. Right, okay, unable to calculate the route. I did have this before. All right, so let's have a look at the map, see how far it is. It may be that the route is too short for it to calculate. Right, so we are at this fleet carrier here, and let's get the other stuff up on the map. Right, so mega ships. Right, so we're going to go to that mega ship on the way, but there's a point of interest before that. Again, this is the space station we're going to end at, but this is the point of interest. This is a ringed icy moon orbiting a ringed gas giant. Right, so that is our target. So I did have this before when I tried to plot a short route. It didn't seem the neutron star doesn't seem to like that. So let's plot a route. So this is where we came from. Let's plot a route from here and see where that passes us. That seems to be thinking. Right, okay, so right, so Let's find out how far it is, and then I can work back roughly to find out whereabouts. So this is the route, but I don't know whereabouts on here is the closest star to where we are at the moment. So let's plot the route on this map and see how far it is. Right. Okay. So that's. Oh, that was the wrong way. Plotted the route the wrong way. I want to go the other way. Right, so that says it's 7,000 light years. So so the other way is 2,100. So I need to pick this route and go back 2,000. So 2,000 will be about 10 jumps. So 1, 2. Actually, it'll be more like 8 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's pick that one because that's after a. Oh no, that one. There's a big gap between that one and that one. So let's pick that one. See where that is. Right. So we'll use that as our first star to go to. Actually, let's just try that one. Actually, let's try that one. See if that one's any closer to us. Yeah. So we will go to that one. That will be our first star. That is only 400 light years from us, and again, it's 800 light years. So we fall in that 800 light year gaps, roughly in the middle. So yeah, I'll plot a route to there. It's in the right direction as well. So right, okay, so into the game, and we will head off. Right, okay, so yeah, that's the route plotted. Yeah, so at the moment we are at the fleet carrier. So yeah, there's the fleet carrier there. Got a nice view this time. I think actually I'm going to go down a little bit and take a screenshot of that because I'm not taking a lot of screenshots at the moment because I'm not landing on planets. Right, so yeah, screenshot that. Okay, so let's go. 4 jumps to the first neutron star. Right between 2 stars.
System scan complete.
Right, is my mic? Yeah, my mic is.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, okay. Right, there's no other things in the system.
Drive charging.
there to
Frameshift
look
drive
at.
charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
So I think this next one, no, it'll be the one after this, will be the first neutron star. It's a yellow star we're heading to now.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
Right, so nothing there of interest. We'll
Frameshift drive.
I'll scan the system if I find an Earth-like world or water world or an ammonia world, and then if I find any biological life, I will, or anything with more than 2 biology on the planet, I'll go and visit that. But so far, since I've seen reached xenobiology 5-star elite, I haven't seen anything that met that criteria. Yeah, that's where I'm at the moment.
Fuel scoping.
Should be the next stuff. Still 3 more jumps to go. More jumps than I expected to get to that.
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I'm pretty close to the edge of the galaxy here. Not on the outer edge sector of the galaxy, but we're next to the outer edge sector of the galaxy here. So yeah, we'll hopefully be a few more neutron stars as we head back in a little bit.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
So we want to make sure we're fully fueled on the jump before we get to the neutron star. Which is the next
Fuel
one.
scoping.
So make sure we're fully fueled up here.
Fuel scoping complete.
There we go. It's a short jump as well, so should be able to do a few jumps before we need to refuel in the neutron star before we get to our first target.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Yeah, so we can see the nice blue colour of the neutron star there. And ease ourselves into the cone. Try and line up with it.
Frameshift drive operating
Roll
beyond
it
safe
to
limits. Frameshift drive operating beyond safe limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
supercharged. stars in the system. Yep, so now we'll start plotting the route using the neutron plotter. So we have to paste each one individually from the web page. And we see we're now jumping 280 light years in one jump. And you set it as a target rather than plotting a route to it. And then jump. Right, so yeah, this is the first jump on the neutron star superhighway. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the point of interest is. Again, it said it was a moon with rings orbiting a planet with rings, so I might drop and have a look there to see what that looks like. Maybe take a screenshot, and then we'll be heading to the mega ship, which is called Sagan class tourist ship.
Hull integrity compromised.
A little bit too close to the neutron star, I think, there. It's the first time I've been dropped out of water by a neutron star. Wait for the frameshift drive to cool down a bit. Alright, so yeah, this is the first time I turned back to look at the centre of the galaxy. Yeah, the stars are a lot less dense here than they were a couple of days ago when we were just the other side of the centre of the galaxy.
Frameshift drive charging.
I've got given an escape vector here. Oh, I've got an escape vector. Alright, so it is like crashing into a star. A lot of heat there.
Integrity compromised.
Get it to cool down. Now we're going to line up with the cone again. Okay, so I've been on the neutron star superhighway for like 3 or 4 days now. That's the first time I've actually been pulled out of Super Cruise by the neutron star. Yeah, it doesn't have a green circle around it like normal stars, so you don't know where the edge of it is. Looks like I'm going backwards.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Okay.
supercharged.
Supercharged now, so yeah, check the system, see if there's anything in it we want to go and scan. Nope. And get the next planet from the route. Paste that in. How far? 280 light years.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Right, 4 bodies here. It looks like 3 of those are probably planets. Just take it easy, get into the frame, into the cone.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, so yeah, we're not interested in those. Just plot the next one in. So yeah, it's about now we want to start looking at fuel. Make sure our fuel is so yeah, these aren't long jumps, so we're not using that much fuel up. So this is
Frameshift drive charging.
this is 171 light years. So the maximum, theoretical maximum, is about 307 if I'm fully fueled. That stretches to about 332 when I'm running on empty. When fuel gets down, probably after another 2 jumps, we need to look at going to an ordinary start to refuel.
System scan complete. Warning, frameshift
Actually,
drive
another option
operating beyond
is
safety limits.
we can refuel at a secondary star.
Frameshift drive
If I see a secondary
supercharged.
star that's close by, we'll go refill at one of those. But if it's more than 500 light years, you might as well just go and do it at a different star. Right, okay, so there's nothing in the system to look at, so we'll just jump straight to the next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so the next jump after this one, we'll have to look at refueling. It's a reasonably long jump, the next one. Actually, we'll see. We may be able to get 2 more jumps out of it. The one after that is 284. And the next one's 230. So we may get 2 jumps out of what's left in the tank. Webcam here.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Yeah, let's go for the next one and see how it goes.
Frameshift drive charging.
We will get another jump, but probably won't be the full length that we need to get to the next neutron star. Although, as long as it gets us within 77 light years, we can then refuel and then continue with the refueling. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Didn't pull up fast enough.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, let's see if we can make it to the next one. Actually, we don't actually want to make it to the next one. We want to get close. 52. Right, so can we drop off that nearest star to it?
Frameshift
Yes, we
drive
can.
charging.
Just a tiny little speck of fuel in the tank after we get there.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So yeah, just enough fuel to get us to the starter refuel.
Scoping. System scan complete.
While we're refueling, I will utter it to the neutron star.
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Right, so it's now just 3 jumps to get to our first destination.
3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, so activating this system.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage. System scan complete. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, okay. To the next system, just 2 more jumps and we are at our first destination.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
here to look at? Nope. Right, so yeah, the final one. And this will take us to the point of interest. I'll see how interesting it is.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Yeah, the tour of the galaxy has been more about collecting plants and xenobiology than sightseeing. This is a sightseeing destination, so let's go and see what the sights are.
Fuel scooping.
Right, so there's 21 bodies. Do want to
Fuel scooping.
fully
complete.
refuel. Right, so let's remind ourselves what we're looking for. So this is from the Elite Dangerous Astrometrics, and point of interest, nav marker. Right. Right. So this ring is an icy moon orbiting a ringed giant parent. Offers spectacular views under a nitrogen atmosphere. Right. Okay. Let's see if we can find that. Let's look at the system map. Presumably it's this one. A ringed icy moon. That's the only ringed moon. So it's been visited and scanned previously, as you'd expect for a target. Let's go and have a look. So it's only 2,000 light seconds away. I've not landed on the planet for a few days, so I'll get a nice screenshot. Try and land somewhere where we can see the gas giant from the surface of the moon. Right, so before I set off on the next bit, I'm going to check the Fargoid war map, because we are beginning to get into the zone where the Fargoid activity is all happening. So I'm going to have to fly through it somehow, and this ship isn't really designed for escaping from Fargoids, or certainly isn't designed for combat with Fargoids, only having a single small mining lance laser. Yeah, but let's just see what's here, and then we'll have a look at the Fargoid war map, see how that's going on. So it has got moons. I mean, it has got rings. Let's scan that before we land on it. Right, so scanning planets with rings that go quite close to the planet is a little bit harder. I found the best way to do it is get on the edge of the rings and fire probes down each side. That actually. Are we close enough that we can get? We should be able to get around there. Okay. Let's fire onto the rings as well.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete. Surface scan complete.
Bacteria and fonticula there. So I might as well go in and near the fonticula. Right, now where's the parent ringed? Where's the ringed parent? Oh, it's quite a long way off. It's over there. I was expecting it to be really close. Right, so we'll try and land. So we can see the parent on above the rings.
Orbital flight engaged.
I can't see the parent on now. Is it that one? Just gone below the horizon. Yeah, there it is. Right, so we want to be landing. So we want the parent to be low in the sky when we land, and the rings to be visible still. So it looks like so down here would be a good place. So we've got the parent in the sky. So I'm going to go below the horizon. Let's go to the next bit along. Right, that parent is sinking, getting pretty close to the horizon now. And it's being faded out by the atmosphere. Oh, it suddenly got bright.
Frameshift
Go
drive
a little bit
charging.
further around the planet to get a good view.
Three, two, one. Engage.
Right, I know since the mini update last week they have reduced the progress you get from scanning plants back down to something probably more reasonable. But I'm not sure if they also reduce, and by doing that, they actually meant they reduced the prices that people were getting from the plants. So just by scanning on plant, it should tell us if the prices have changed from what they were when they first increased the prices. Yeah, so I can't say that is particularly inspiring point of interest. I mean that gas giant is quite a long way off. It is visible on the horizon, but only just. Right, so we should be seeing lots of plants. Oh, all right, we're still right. Yeah, there are lots of plants. There they are. Oh, right, these are more rare Fontacula. I can't remember if they're worth any more, but again, I don't know what the new price is for these. So let's disembark in the SRV. So that's not going to give us a comparison.
Low gravity warning.
Right, so can we still see that gas giant? Just. Yes. So I didn't get a price on these when I
Drive assist off.
was comparing the prices for the new and old. I know what their old price used to be, and I have estimated their new price. So, what are these? They are. I can't remember what these are. Are these Upums? Lapida. Right. So, Fontacune Lapida Emerald. Emerald. Right. So I found 4 of those before. Right. So the old price for these was. 195,600, and I estimated these to have gone up to 6 million. So if they are significantly different from 6 million, we know that the prices have been dropped a little bit again. Right, okay, screenshot time. So we want to get the rings. So yeah, it's always nice to have a big ring around a planet. When you're near the equator, get the SRV, I'll scan a plant, and I'll try and get the planet to somewhere interesting in the right, so it is right on the horizon now. Right, okay. We will do that. Got all the plant in, all the SRV in. Right, so I will save that. We'll give it the name of the planet. We'll go and scan a couple more of those, and then we'll head off. Actually, what's wrong with my SRV? That was looking very white. I can't remember which SRV I got into, but both of them should be pretty much black, even the neon one, except for the glowy bits.
Drive assist off.
That is definitely not a black paint job, and I can't see any glowing neon bits around it, so it doesn't look like the neon paint job either. That looks like a bog standard SRV paint job. Has it got the... Right, it's not got the decals on it either. Okay, that is very weird. Okay, has it crashed? Normally it crashes getting out the SRV, not getting back in again. Oh no, it's not crashed. Right, so again it should have, let's see if it's got the weapons decal. So the weapons decal should be green. I'm not seeing anything there. Oh well. I think I saw a forest, a whole forest of trees somewhere over there while I was landing.
Drive assist off.
Right, this should complete the scan. Scan complete.
Drive assist off.
Power plant capacity exceeded. Landing gear retracted.
Right.
Frameshift drive charged.
So now we need to
4,
plot a new route.
2, 1. Engage.
So let's get the route plotter back up. And I'll show you this process. So yeah, so that's the system we are currently in. If I switch the reverse the route, that will put it in the top one, and then need to copy the system for the next place we're going to. It's not that one. We've been that one. So the next one is this system. So yeah, that's our jump range, fully fueled jump range. That is the efficiency. We're now just click calculate, and it should. Oh, I was going to say route not available again. Right, I don't know why it does that sometimes. Let's look at the galaxy map and go back to the last neutron star that we were at, which was this one here. Copy that, put that in, see if it will handle that as a. It could be because the route's too long. I don't think it's that. Actually, that's. Oh yeah, I'll put that in as a start donation. Start location. Copy that. It's not accepting paste. Paste. There we go. Right, there we go. So we need to go back to there. We may right. So how far is that? That is 240 light years. It may be quicker to go to our next star, which is this one. No, so it is actually. We'll go to that one anyway because it's forwards. So I'd rather do three jumps forwards and 2 jumps back. So we'll set that as our target, and then when we get to here, we'll do that route. Right. Okay. So back into the game. And
Frameshift drive charging.
head off.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Frameshift drive charging.
Right, so it's saying 44 jumps to the next fleet carrier. So that'll probably take me just over an hour.
Engage.
They are all neutron star jumps. There's no gaps. So should be okay. And it's right. It's 10,000 light years. Is the total distance.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
That's strange. It's still saying it's 3 jumps. To get there, we've already done 2.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh no, it wasn't 3 jumps. It was 300 light years.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Right, this looks like the neutron star. Yep.
System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
So it's plotting for the next neutron star. Yeah, decent sized jumps again.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
charged.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, so the secondary star there is a fuel star. So if that's close by, we'll
3,
go and refuel at that.
1, engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
So, is there any planets to visit? No. What about stars? How far are they away? Oh, no, 40,000 light seconds. That's not worth it. So, plot to the next one.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
I forgot to check to see what the secondary star was in this system, or if there was one.
System scan complete.
3 bodies, all of them stars. One star that doesn't look like it's that far away from us.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, it's even further away. Right, so next one. Right, the one after this is going to have to be a refuel star.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, so we're going to have to do a refuel star next. So go to the neutron star, find the nearest fuel star next to it, which looks like it is probably this one here, and we'll target that one instead.
Frameshift drive charging. scooping.
Right, so we're stuck just below 66 degrees, where we can sit indefinitely, so long as we don't get above 66. As soon as you get a 66, you're into a runaway overheating scenario,
Complete.
and then you're having to balance the remaining time between heat gain and the time it's going to take to finish filling up. But we're now filled up. Just a short skip to the next neutron star.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I don't normally try and refuel towards the star. I normally try and do it going away from it. So let's try that this time.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, so where's next? We are at D423. We're going to D567 next.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Didn't quite get enough of that to.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
let's listen to some news for a bit, as this is going to be the same thing repeated over and over again. So let's see what's been happening in the bubble.
Carnage wrought by further maelstroms. Pilots Federation alert. The rogue signal sources Cozyjo and Oya have arrived at their estimated destinations. Their impact mirrored that of the Taranis, Indra and Ligong maelstroms. A total of 16 neighboring systems
Frameshift drive charging.
were immediately overwhelmed by Thargoid fleets, which launched devastating bombardments against orbital starports and planetary infrastructure. Other inhabited systems in the vicinity are resisting occupation.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Superpower capital ships and independent pilots are currently battling to protect the local populations. 5 rogue signal sources have now manifested as maelstroms, with 3 more approaching at faster than light speed. Many systems have completely fallen to the Thargoids in the vicinity of each maelstrom. Safeguard Interstellar reported that millions of refugees are threatening to overwhelm emergency services and rescue teams. Military forces are also struggling to contain the enormous numbers of Thargoid
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
vessels.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Professor Albert Tesro is one of many xenologists and other specialists trying to learn more about the mysterious maelstroms. She gave a brief update to Vox Galactica. Full-scale war with the Thargoids has always been my greatest fear. It is now a reality. It's more crucial than ever that we obtain an understanding of this species, particularly these powerful new entities deployed against humanity. Sayer Jin-A, who possesses a base comprehension of Thargoid intent via her neural implants, believes these are focused, systematic strikes rather than a frenzied assault. She feels that the Thargoids are working toward a specific goal, but cannot yet identify its nature. The one advantage given to us by the arrival of further maelstroms is the potential that Thargoid forces will be distributed more evenly across systems. With an expanded front line, defensive efforts may gain additional traction when defending or recapturing systems from the aliens. In related news, Azimuth Biotech's new anti-Xeno megaship
Fuel scooping.
has entered service in the T-Tauri system. Eternal Vigilance was commissioned following an initiative in November, which was challenged by a counter-campaign aiming to prevent the corporation's resurgence. Plans for enhanced Axe weaponry accelerate. 2 leading engineers have revealed
Fuel scooping complete.
designs to improve the stock anti-Xeno weaponry available to pilots. Liz Ryder and Zachariah Nemo have provided module modifications for many years, specializing in explosive and kinetic weapons respectively. Over the past year, they have collaborated privately on the Axe weapon designs introduced by Aegis in 3303, seeking to improve the efficiency of delivering a compound, hazardous to Thargoid vessels, which tips Axe ammunition. While something of a pet project between the two, the recent invasion of human space by Thargoid forces has made the need for these designs far more urgent.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ryder explained to the Imperial
Okay, so that last one was interesting. There's now an anti-Xeno upgrade for explosive weaponry. Maybe worth looking into that.
3, 2,
Herald.
1. Engage.
Zack and I share a passion for weapon upgrades, and have often used this project as a way to unwind after a long week's work. He's a weird guy, but fascinating to work with. But when the Taranis signal arrived and the Thargoid forces started taking control of systems, we knew we had to reveal the designs to the public. They're not quite ready to go, though, which is why we're only announcing the project now. We're going to need help from independent pilots to finish off the
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
prototypes and get a manufacturing
Frameshift drive supercharged.
base set up. The designs would improve the effectiveness of both the fixed and turreted Axe multi-cannon and missile rack designs. A gimbaled Axe multi-cannon is also scheduled, with a campaign to introduce this coming next week. Details about each weapons project is available from most mission boards. Chase admits Kingfisher mission a mistake. Congressman Dalton Chase has made a public statement regretting his involvement with the Thargoid Advocacy Project. Chase became a member
Frameshift drive charging.
of Congress after an electoral campaign focusing on interspecies diplomatic relations. He was a key organizer and fundraiser for the Kingfisher megaship, which attempted to open communications with the
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Tyrannus entity that was subsequently destroyed with no survivors. In a press statement delivered from Olympus Village on Mars, Congressman Chase announced, "The tragic fate that befell the Kingfisher has affected me deeply. I now recognize that sourcing the means for those activists to intercept Tyrannus was, however well-intentioned, a mistake. Such an endeavor should
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
not have been attempted by inexperienced citizens, no matter their courage and tenacity. In honor of those brave people, I pledge to focus on proposals
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
to introduce xenodiplomacy as federal
Frameshift drive supercharged.
policy. Rather than civilians needing to risk their lives, we should be bringing such operations to the Federal Navy at a congressional level. Secretary of State Lana Berkovich has petitioned Congress to launch an investigation into Chase's involvement with the Xeno Peace movement. She described his role in the loss of over 3,000 lives as beyond reckless. Although the Thargoid Advocacy Project has faltered following the Kingfisher incident, some of its core members were recently involved
Frameshift drive charging.
organizing anti-authoritarian rallies. According to former spokesperson Timothy Culver, the superpowers' involvement in the massacre at HIP 22460, when they supported Salvation's attempt
3, 2, 1. Engage.
genocide, makes them responsible for the Thargoids launching this counterstrike. We need to bring our leaders to account. Refugees flee from Thargoid offensive. Millions of people are being evacuated from systems that have suffered devastating attacks by Thargoid fleets. An enormous humanitarian effort is underway, with rescue megaships positioned at key locations near each
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Thargoid-occupied system.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Captain Justine Kemp of Rescue Ship Hutner, currently stationed in Eniax, described their operations to Vox Galactica. As per newly established procedures, all contracted transports carrying refugees from systems facing Thargoid invasion are directed to our landing bays. Emergency teams perform triage services and give direct aid where possible. But the focus is on quickly processing them for relocation to temporary housing, away from the war zones. This is the most intense
Frameshift drive charging.
situation I've ever had to deal with. We're taking in enormous numbers of people, not just from starports but from planetary settlements too. Virtually everything
So
in
the
some
next
of
jump
these
after
systems
this
is
has to be
ablaze.
a refuel jump, unless we can refuel the secondary star here.
Engage.
And the refugees just keep coming. Vox Galactica also published a selection of sound bites from various civilians escaping from Thargoid-occupied systems. It all happened so fast. Our family was eating together when the whole port seemed to shake. My son had befriended a trader who'd landed a few days ago, and he convinced her to take us on board her hauler. The lurches as we
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
through Thargoid ships almost made me bring up the food we
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
enjoying minutes earlier. I
Warning, hull breach attack. Taking internal damage.
was at a starboard observation window when their ships, those weird star-shaped things, zipped right past. Then the other side of the habitat ring just vanished. Fire and splinters of metal. All the sirens blared, and the crowd surged toward the bays. Heat filled the corridors and smoke flogged our lungs. I didn't even see the ship I ended up on, only a sea of panicked faces smeared with grime. I'm looking for my
Yeah,
dad.
no, this is a
He was injured
refuel
when
one,
I
so I need
last
to go
saw him.
get
Burns
the
from that
nearest
green,
refuel
corrosive
star to
stuff
that one.
that punched through our quarters. The commander didn't have room on his ship for everyone. I convinced
Module malfunction.
him to
Frameshift
take my
drive
dad
charging.
first. But now I can't find him. The medics don't have time to talk to me. I hope he's here somewhere. He's got to be here somewhere. New maelstroms increase Thargoid conquests. Pilots Federation alert. 2 more rogue signal sources have reached human space, wreaking similar destruction to the Taranis
As
maelstrom.
we're less than
The
halfway there, and
Intro-anomaly
I'm
arrived in the HIP
already having problems
2056.
with the frameshift drive, I'm going to stop and repair.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go. So modules need to activate the field maintenance unit. And set that one to set that to repair.
Module repaired.
Right, so now I'll off again, and I'll turn on the frameshift drive again. Right, so now we should be able to jump without destination seems to have disappeared. Right, that's D4. Right, so that's the new destination.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ah, right, just a minute, that's not right. Yeah, this is the refuel one, okay.
Ready to engage. Frameshift drive charging.
The destination's disappeared again. Why is that keep doing that? Right, there we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's put the news back on.
7 system, with the Ligon anomaly slowing to a halt in HIP 8887, the Maelstroms.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
As these entities have been classified, both manifested as enormous gaseous clouds. These are known to be extremely hazardous to any ship venturing too close, but the nature of what lies within remains unknown. As with Taranis, each new maelstrom preempted staggering numbers of Thargoid
Fuel scooping.
vessels flooding nearby populated systems. Recent reports indicate that the alien fleets have completely dominated 9 systems in proximity to HIP 20567 and none close to HIP 8887 starports, Settlements and outposts have all been
Warning, temperature critical.
devastated or abandoned, with the total number of casualties unknown, but feared considerable. A total of 16 systems are currently facing active
Fuel scooping complete.
Thargoid invasions and are transmitting emergency calls for assistance. Rescue megaships have been designated as the gateway destination for refugees. The superpowers have also positioned anti-Xeno capital ships to defend allied, federal and imperial territories that have been invaded. Public media channels have expressed grave concerns about the remaining
Frameshift drive charging.
rogue signal sources, which are en route to the core systems. It is expected that these will establish 5 more maelstroms, each generating a new wave of Thargoid forces, with the combined death toll
Ready to engage.
rapidly climbing. Civil and military authorities alike are scrambling to implement a suitable response. Havoc as Thargoids overrun multiple systems. Pilots Federation alert. 9 systems have called for help against massive Thargoid.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Attacks intent on wiping out civilian populations. Ernesto Rios, field correspondent for Vox Galactica, reported the arrival of what military scientists have labeled the Taranis Maelstrom has brought terror and carnage to millions. As soon as the rogue signal source arrived, local inhabited systems became flooded with enormous numbers of Thargoid vessels. 6 populated systems close to Hyades sector FBN B76 were rapidly overwhelmed, while another 9 systems in the region are currently facing full-scale invasions. I've traveled between several of these systems and seen for myself the horrific loss of life. Starports are ablaze and covered with corrosive
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
enzymes.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Planetary infrastructure is crumbling under the Thargoids' tremendous firepower. Passing ships are being wrenched out.
Hull integrity
Hyperspace.
compromised.
These attacks seem more merciless than ever before, as if the aliens are determined to eliminate every human population structure they detect. Rescue megaships have been established at a safe distance from the invasion's current front line, facilitating mass evacuation of civilians. These vessels will also stock anti-Xeno weaponry for independent pilots seeking to assist the defense efforts or protect themselves while transporting refugees. Both President Hudson and Prime Minister Mahon have declared a major emergency, ordering federal and allied capital ships to engage the Thargoids. Senator Patrias has dispatched an Imperial Navy force to the Modigi system to defend its territory from Thargoid
Frameshift drive charging.
attack. The Taranis Maelstrom itself is the target of intense study, although patrolling Thargoids in the Hyades sector FBN B76 system makes scientific analysis hazardous. Professor
3, 2, 1, engage.
Palin and Ramtar have both warned that this enormous entity appears to have a protective cloud of unknown composition, which is proving dangerous to ships that approach it. With the other 7 rogue signal sources racing toward the core systems, militaries and security forces are preparing for the worst. Will the other 7 rogue signal sources bring similar terror? And is humanity capable of withstanding an onslaught of this magnitude?
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Vista
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Genomics boosts biodata payouts. Pilots Federation alert. The exobiology company Vista Genomics has increased payments for genetic data collected by independent pilots. Dr. Klaus-Peter Sonic, one of the corporation's research directors, outlined the changes in a press release. Public and corporate interest in xenology-related fields remains high, but recent Thargoid aggression has increased the risk in collecting of such data. Vista Genomics is well placed to incentivize the continued collection of samples. Therefore,
Frameshift drive charging.
we can officially confirm that substantially improved financial rewards will be offered for all genetic data submitted via our outlets. We are also aware of many civil and military projects focusing on
3, 2, 1, engage.
Thargoids, a species that makes extensive use of biomechanical technology. There is enormous value in gathering as much exobiology data as possible to provide comparative baselines for anti-Xeno research efforts. Commanders can use the genetic sampler tool to acquire genetic data from various species of alien flora found on planetary surfaces. This can be sold on the concourses of ports, megaships, and fleet carriers which
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
have an active Vista
Frameshift drive supercharged. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
vendor. In other news, Sirius Corporation has announced that its popular modified heat sinks and anti-Xeno missile rack have been made available to pilots via its company tech brokers. Active Sirius Corporation megaships, Chariot of Rhea, El Sentinella Cadeau, Kumaho Sky, Spirit of Lelaps, and the Witness Odysseus now host Sirius tech brokers on board. Tyrannus unleashes Thargoid invasion fleets. Pilots Federation alert. The Tyrannus anomaly has arrived in Hyades sector FPNB-76, triggering a ferocious wave of Thargoid attacks in the region. Multiple inhabited systems are experiencing wide-scale invasions by countless numbers of Thargoid vessels, with casualties expected to number millions in the coming days. Several systems have already reported a complete loss of human control, with ports abandoned amid heavy losses. The Alliance
Frameshift drive charging.
Defense Force and Federal Navy have responded by sending capital ships, which will support independent pilots and anti-Xeno squadrons. Neither superpower has entered the Hyades sector FBNB.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
7-6 system, from which the Thargoid fleets seem to be emanating. There have been conflicting descriptions of the rogue signal source itself, which finally slowed to a halt after weeks of faster-than-light travel. Dr. Remy LaRue, a xenologist working for Professor Palin, transmitted a garbled report describing Tyrannus as not a single object but a colossal swirling maelstrom of some kind, before all contact was lost. These initial reports have not been verified, and many authorities consider them to be unreliable or exaggerated. However, warnings have
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
been issued that the Hyades
Frameshift drive supercharged.
sector FBNB-76 system is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Speaking to the Alliance Tribune, Admiral Rachel Ziegler remarked, "Our focus at present is on defending the populated systems from swarms of highly aggressive Thargoids. Whatever this maelstrom actually is, it's clearly been sent with the purpose of eradicating human influence in the region." Militaries on alert as Tyrannus approaches. The Hyades sector FBNB-76 system has been identified as the location where the rogue signal source named Tyrannus will finally arrive. Professor Ishmael Palin gave a statement to confirm the findings of
Frameshift drive charging.
several scientific groups. Data correlated from many long-range scans proves that the anomaly's velocity is reducing steadily. At its present rate of descent, Tyrannus will arrive at Hyades sector
3, 2, 1. Engage.
to FBN B76 in approximately 2-4 hours. I have sent a research team, led by my colleague Dr. LaRue, to gather data on its arrival. Admiral Maxton Price of the Federal Navy commented, "Fortunately, this particular system is uninhabited, so no populations are directly at
System scan complete.
risk. We are monitoring the situation rather than deploying capital ships. Civilian traffic is ordered not to enter Hyades sector FBNB-76 until we know more
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
about Tyrannus's
Frameshift drive supercharged.
capabilities. The Alliance Defense Force issued a similar announcement
Right,
from
so
Admiral
this next
Rachel
jump will have to be
Ziegler.
a
The
refuel one.
Thargoid's overall strategy remains unknown, as does the true nature of these rogue signal sources. But there is certainly no reason to place ourselves in their path intentionally. It's possible that, as with HIP 22460, the Hyades sector FBN-B76 system could become a no-go zone occupied by an overwhelming number of Thargoid vessels. Despite making
Frameshift drive charging.
no official statement, it is believed that the Imperial Navy is likewise holding back from deploying a military fleet to the Taranis anomaly. Independent analysts have suggested that the destruction of the King...
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Fisher megaship in Hyades sector YOQB51 has contributed to the superpower's caution, with capital ship losses in HIP 22460 also fresh in the memory. Xenopeace supporters killed by Thargoids. Investigations in the Hyades sector
Fuel scoping.
YOQB51 system have confirmed that Thargoid vessels attacked and destroyed the Kingfisher megaship. Vox Galactica published this on the scene report from field correspondent Ernesto Rios. Independent and
Warning. Temperature critical.
federal sources have verified that the Kingfisher was struck by multiple barrages from Thargoid weaponry. Medical teams are currently
Fuel scoping complete. Warning.
exploring the
Taking
wreckage
aim
of the
down.
megaship in search of crew and passengers. Sadly, from what I've seen, the scale of the damage suggests that the chances of survival are extremely low. Further confirmation came with the discovery of a log made by Dr. Elias Pope of Orion University, who was overseeing attempts to communicate with the Thargoids. Although I have yet to hear this recording myself, it apparently describes exactly what happened when the Taranis anomaly
Frameshift drive charging.
passed through the system. As news of the tragedy spreads, it has triggered a vociferous backlash against the Thargoid Advocacy Project. This fringe group recently gained a degree of respectability.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
The involvement of Congressman Dalton Chase and other media figures. But now there is widespread anger that, as Seoul Today's editorial put it, thousands of people were sent to die based on a vague hope that these alien warmongers might suddenly play nice. Congressman Chase himself told the press that he is reviewing the latest reports from Hyades sector YOQB51 and cannot yet make any official comment. As the public face of the Kingfisher mission, it's likely that any formal demands for accountability
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
will be directed his
Frameshift drive supercharged.
way. Meanwhile, Taranis draws ever closer to human inhabited space. The Kingfisher's destruction proves definitively that the rogue signal sources are of Thargoid origin and that their intentions are hostile. With the prospect of the Second Thargoid War escalating to new levels, tensions throughout the core systems have never been higher.
Cannot comply.
Kingfisher megaship vanishes. Pilots Federation alert. Contact has been lost with the Kingfisher megaship in the Hyades sector YOQB51 system just over a day since its arrival. The Kingfisher was equipped to transmit signals to the interstellar anomaly named Taranis, with the goal of opening communications with it should such a possibility exist. Over 3,000 supporters of the Xenopeace movement were aboard the megaship when it departed the Andavangel system. Rani Zaman, a spokesperson
Frameshift drive charging.
for the Thargoid Advocacy Project team monitoring long-range comms with the megaship, issued a statement to the media. I regret to say that all attempts to raise the Kingfisher on any frequency have failed.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
The last message we received was highly distorted, but seemed to be a distress call. We are asking for immediate assistance to locate the megaship and provide whatever support may be needed. The Federation responded by cancelling the temporary permit restriction to the Hyades sector YOQB51 system for all vessels except fleet carriers. This permit was arranged at the request of Congressman Dalton Chase, who played a key role in procuring the Kingfisher megaship for use by TAP volunteers. With access to the system reinstated, federal investigators have been dispatched to assess the situation. Observers have confirmed that the Taranis anomaly passed through Hyades sector YOQB51 at faster than light speed. As with the other rogue signal sources, Taranis continues to move towards
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
the core systems. The coming of Taranis. As the rogue signal sources draw closer to human-occupied space, Work is underway to initiate peaceful interspecies negotiations. Dr. Elias Pope is a graduate of Orion University with degrees in interstellar relations, political science, and xenology. He has recently joined the Kingfisher megaship's crew to oversee the Thargoid Advocacy Project.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Diplomatic mission. In an interview with Vox Galactica, Dr. Pope explained his role. Like most of the Kingfisher's crew, I volunteered to take part in this operation. It feels like my whole professional life has been leading to this opportunity. Many of the fine people here feel the same way I do. If there's even a chance that we might begin properly talking to the Thargoids, well, it'll be historic. Loria, my assistant, tells me there are some media-friendly names for these anomalies now. As a scientific purist, she's very unhappy about that. This first one has been labeled Taranis. It will transit through the Hyades sector YOQB51 system at tremendous speed, so we won't have long to snag its attention. But that's what we're aiming to do. The megaship has an impressive suite of audio-visual, electromagnetic and hyperspace transmitters that will broadcast to Taranis as it approaches. We'll be trying everything from flashing light patterns to multi-frequency data bursts. Establishing common ground is key to any negotiation, so I've composed messages that impart universally recognizable concepts such as mathematical formulae and star charts. These should illustrate our intellectual prowess and capacity for reasoning. The best-case scenario is that whatever controls Taranis hears us and responds in kind. We must at least attempt to make peaceful overtures. Even if we fail, it would signify to humanity that there are many people willing to make the attempt, no matter how dangerous. Wish us luck. The Kingfisher Xenopeace mission. Pilots Federation alert. The Kingfisher megaship has requested supplies for its planned journey to greet the first rogue signal source. Shipments of basic medicines, fruit and vegetables are required for the Kingfisher's crew, who will be joined by over 3,000 supporters of the Thargoid Advocacy Project. Semiconductors and Mon imagers have also been requested to establish the mission's communications arrays, which are being designed to initiate contact with the Thargoids. Congressman Dalton Chase gave a press statement regarding the initiative. Now that we know the approaching anomalies are Thargoid, many are concerned that hostilities between our species will escalate. However, a brave group of
Frameshift drive charging.
volunteers see this as an opportunity to prove that diplomacy can work. An alien race has sent emissaries toward humanity's space, and it is our duty to meet them with words rather than weapons.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
The first of the anomalies, which we have named Taranis, is predicted to pass through Hyades sector YOQB51. Using the high-level protocols available to Congress, I have successfully obtained a temporary access restriction that grants an exclusive permit to the Kingfisher. A range of broadcasts using multiple techniques will try to attract the Thargoid's attention.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Hopefully,
Frameshift drive supercharged.
the entity will slow down long enough to give some acknowledgement of these attempts. The delivery initiative in the Andevangel system is being managed by Deutsche Elite Piloten Interstellar. In order to protect deliveries to Blenkensop Hub, the faction is offering increased payouts on bounty voucher redemptions. Coalsack Nebula reports Thargoid activity.
Frameshift drive charging.
The human colonists in the Coalsack Nebula has raised the alarm after Thargoid forces appeared several systems. Following recent attacks on human assets in the California Nebula, it appears
3, 2, 1. Engage.
that the Thargoids have again sought to occupy systems where barnacle fields are present on planet surfaces. Councillor Louis Lechurch, representing the Alliance Expeditionary Pact in HIP 62154, provided the following to the Alliance Tribune. Our ships regularly patrol between the populated systems in this region. We had the first reports of non-human signals this morning. Obviously, we've seen Thargoid activity in the Coalsack Nebula several times before, but this time was different. It's not an attack as much as an
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
occupation.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
We witnessed a huge upsurge in these signals in multiple systems. Over a couple of hours, it felt like Thargoid activity was visible on scanners wherever our ships looked. It's exclusively in areas with barnacle sites, too. Now, there's no secret that the Thargoids aren't happy with our interest in the meta-alloys those sites produce. But this time they're not attacking ports, or
Frameshift drive charging.
either the Spirit of Nissa or Song of Meki megaships. It's like they're waiting for something. The described behavior matches similar Thargoid incursions into other populated systems in recent weeks.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Researchers in the nebula have withdrawn from ongoing field studies of barnacle sites, citing safety concerns. In other news, Azimuth Biotech has announced that the Glorious Prospect will distribute the learning permit from the LHS-1163 system instead of the T-Tauri system
Fuel scooping.
planned.
We just
Federal
passed a,
authorities offered
a
protection
stop
to
there.
the megaship
Okay,
to
close
reduce
to
the
me.
travel
Oh,
time
this is-
between the two locations.
This is a refuel stop. What is happening here?
In combat pilots swift access to the anti-Xeno weaponry offered at Prospects Deep.
Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scooping
Public
complete.
unnerved by Palin announcement. The announcement that the rogue signal sources heading towards the core systems are Thargoid in origin has caused unease within the general public. Protests in systems on the edges of human space have taken place, demanding assurances from local governments about their safety. The failure to establish a collective human fleet to counter Thargoid incursions has left many concerned about what the future may hold. Casey Kilpatrick provided this report from Castellan Station in Lathe. Colleagues across multiple systems have confirmed that the impending arrival of the rogue signal sources, termed Stargoids by some in network media, has led to a
Right.
shared sense of anxiety.
What happened there? I
ICE
just
networks
refueled.
are seeing high interest in
Oh, that was
topics
supposed
related
to
to
be
Thargoids,
a neutron
with
star.
negative sentiment aimed at politicians and military figures seen as responsible for the Proteus wave event, which perhaps attracted the anomalies. Witnesses report families transporting all
Oh,
they
there is a
own to
neutron
ships
star.
bound for the opposite side of the bubble.
Oh, I must have
Palin's
just headed
opinion
straight for that other star and
humanity may
refueled
not
at
be
that.
ready for what happens next has been criticized as needlessly
That's good
alarming.
because I was going to need to
While
refuel
Palin
in a
is a
couple of
brilliant
jumps.
scientist, his communication skills have been called less than ideal in recent days. Yet his supporters, particularly among academics, have argued that it would be cowardly to hide the truth. If humanity is truly in danger, the statement at least could prompt a fresh allocation of resources to military organizations while also giving independents time to prepare. Vista Genomics has reportedly contacted the team working alongside Professor Palin with a proposal to share its genetic database with ongoing research projects. The potential importance of such data may precede an increase in
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
payments to those who
Frameshift drive supercharged.
record and submit genetic samples. The news has also caused a stir across most financial markets. The main issue is the unpredictability of what this could mean for primary industries and their ability to maintain traditional supply and demand. The cost of goods and services may be impacted across clusters of systems. The Bank of Zounce has announced it is monitoring the situation and is preparing several potential strategies in the event of an
Frameshift drive charging.
interstellar recession. In conclusion, most are left with a rather unpalatable course of action: to sit and wait. No superpower has announced a means to prevent the Thargoid anomalies from reaching us.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Palin's announcement has hypothesized on what the signals may be, but could not confirm what they will do. It appears that we will all find out together, for better or worse. Xenopieces reject prediction of war. A claim that the rogue signal
System scan complete.
sources form part of a potential Thargoid of
Power integrity
has been
compromised.
disputed by many in the pro-peace movement. A joint statement by respected xenologists Professor Albert Tesreau, Professor Ishmael Palin, and Ram Tar concluded that the approaching anomalies are a reaction to events in HIP 22460 and may have dire consequences for humanity. The 8 signal sources are projected to arrive in the core systems within weeks. Advocates for the Thargoid Advocacy Project and similar Xenopeace groups have rejected the idea that increased hostilities with the Thargoids is inevitable. As community liaison Bernadette Wells said on the Joy Senna ICE cast, despite this ominous claim from 3 respected scientists, they have offered no hard evidence to support the assumption that the anomalies are hostile.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm sorry. I know Seojin A has suffered enormously as part of Salvation's unrelenting obsession with the Thargoids,
Ready to engage.
but I don't think we should be using her vague instinct.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
To inform official policy regarding this alien species. Haima Borichev, deputy editor of the Sovereign Newsfeed, claimed, "With all the talk of the superpowers forming a grand fleet, why are we not demanding they form a grand diplomatic effort? Many in the Assembly, Congress and Senate agree with this sentiment, but are too scared to risk their careers. We need a concerted campaign, pressuring elected officials to stop listening to the vultures who stand to benefit from continued conflict with the Thargoids." Congressman Dalton Chase is one of the few politicians to openly agree with this argument. In an interview with the Federal Free Press, he said, "The Kingfisher megaship was established to lead
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
mission of peace with the Thargoids.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
But imagine how much greater our chances of success would be with official support. I call upon my colleagues in the Federation and like-minded leaders everywhere to promote peaceful coexistence as a valid strategy." Further FSS scanner upgrade released. Pilots Federation alert. A version
Frameshift drive charging.
of the FSS scanning software used to track the Thargoid anomalies has been made available to the Pilots Federation. Commanders should experience reduced interference when using the full spectrum system.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
FSS scanner to focus on the anomalies. The team leading the development of the software, however, warned that the resultant clarity has done little to ease the concerns of Professor Palin, Ramtar, and other leading scientists. Laurie Jameson, an engineer contributing to the FSS scanner software calibration,
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
commented, "We're pleased with the update and are happy to share it with commanders who have provided much of the data used by the institutions researching the rogue signal sources. Representatives of Canon Interstellar Research Group, Orion University and Universal Cartographics have also helped greatly. I just wish the results generated a more
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
promising picture.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
I understand the calls for peace that we've been hearing more of, but judging by the feedback these signals are emitting, well, I'm trying not to push my opinions on others. I urge commanders to take a look with the FSS scanner for themselves. The update has been delivered to all registered pilots Federation vessels free.
Power integrity compromised.
Carnage wrought by further maelstroms. Pilots Federation alert. The rogue signal sources Kozijo and Oya have arrived at their estimated destinations. Their impact mirrored that of the Taranis, Indra and Ligong maelstroms. A total of 16 neighboring systems were immediately overwhelmed by Thargoid fleets, which launched devastating bombardments against orbital starports and planetary infrastructure. Other inhabited systems in the vicinity are resistant.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Ready to engage. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping.
Yep, so we're refueling. That worked out perfect. So we're refueling one jump away from the neutron star. So all the progress has been forwards. Just got to get just
Warning, taking heat damage. Fuel scoop disengaged.
right. So fuel scoop disengaged a little bit earlier there, but only a tiny fraction. So if we go back to the galaxy map again, plotting the route to the neutron star, which is already there. Alright, is there anything here we want to look at? Nope.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Right, next jump, off we go.
Four, three, two, one, engage. System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Alright, there's a star there, just 800 light years away. Oh, 800 light seconds. Let's go and refuel at that. We're not desperate for fuel at the moment, but it's quite close. Looks like my window screen needs a bit of a clean.
Fuel scoping.
While we're doing that, we'll
Fuel
put in the next
scoping
system.
complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Yeah, the heat map shows a lot of traffic in the region that we're heading to. In fact, the only place that's got more traffic than that is the route to Colonia and the bubble. So
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety
yeah,
limits.
not quite sure what everyone coming out to here to see.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Yeah, we'll go and refuel there as well. It's only 128 light seconds away. That's pretty close. Yeah, it'd be nice if the neutron star superhighway told you which of the neutron stars had secondary refuel stars that were close by.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
12 more jumps to go to get there.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Which we need to do at least one more refuel before we get there.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I passed through it a little bit too quick there.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction. Warning, hull breach attack taking internal damage.
Right, so as we've still got 10 jumps to do and we're getting module malfunctions, I will do some repairs before we continue. So we'll turn that back on. And we'll set that to repair. Yeah, the frameshift drive takes about a 1% hit every time we supercharge. So yeah, you need to give it a repair about every 20 jumps or so. See, most of the rest of the ship. Actually, the Guardian frameshift drive booster, that takes a bit of a hit as well by the looks of it. So we'll repair that too.
Module repaired.
So we'll activate that and just do the same to the frameshift drive booster. Doesn't take quite as much damage as the frameshift drive.
Module repaired.
Right, so now we will put that back to 5. Actually, we can turn the planetary hangar off as well. We don't need that on. We do need that on.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Right, okay. We should be good to go now. We've not plotted the route yet, so let's plot the route.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we'll get 1 or 2 more jumps before we need to do a refuel after this one. Not a refuel, yeah, a refuel.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, so this is going to be a refuel jump. Probably that one the closest. Unless we are just happen to be sat right next to a refuel star, which we are not. So, yeah, let's go.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
binary star.
Fuel scooping.
Let's avoid the second one.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Difficult. This has a star that we could have refueled at if we jumped to here directly. No worries. Let's just make our way on to the next one.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Right. Let's refuel at this one. Very wide cone. Should be easy to get into.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
to set it as our destination.
Frameshift drive charging.
Short one here, just 190 light years. Right, so we now got less than 1,000 years to get to the mega ship.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, looks like we have an Earth-like world. And there it is. Been previously discovered, but nothing around there. Nothing there. Nothing there. One biology there. On there. On there. Just 3 more to go. Where are they? There.
System scan complete.
None there either. Right, so right, as that's 22,000 light seconds away, I'm going to leave it as it's been scanned before. There's no need me to go over there and scan it again.
Frameshift drive charging.
Welcome to the stream if you've just joined me. We are touring the galaxy. We are in the Elysian shores. Elysian shores, I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, the Elysian shore, which is next to the bubble, and we are going to briefly pause the tour of the galaxy to go and fight Fargoids in the Fargoid War. So when I get to the closest point on the tour to the bubble, I'm going to sort of park the tour for a while and go and fight some Fargoids, and hopefully we should get to that point by the end of the stream, although it's increasingly looking like we won't. We are now about 10 jumps away from the mega ship that's in the Elysian shore. Oh, that's nice. It's even less than 10 jumps now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps away from the mega ship. We may just have to refuel again before we get to there, unless I can find a system that has a binary star, and what the second one is a refuel star. So, right, let's make the next jump. Yeah, so that's the next jump. Yeah, so let's show you where we are on the galaxy map. Right, so there's the bubble, and the tour of the galaxy follows the spiral arms around. So when I get around here, I'm going to park at one of the asteroid stations, and then head off into the bubble. The tour has still got the rest of this spiral arm to do, so it will be going around to the tip of the spiral arm somewhere over here, and also to the easternmost point of the galaxy. Today I started around about where that marker is there, but it wasn't there. It was on a fleet carrier there. Then I jumped to a fleet carrier here, and we are now on the way to a megaship, which is just 4 jumps away. That's 4 jumps away on a superhighway, the neutron star superhighway. So yeah, that's probably more than your normal 4 jumps. Right, so that's so it's 300 light year jump here. Yeah, the next jump after this is going to have to be a refuel jump, which is quite annoying because we've only got 2 more jumps to do. But yeah, we're going to have to refuel after the next one. Actually, the next one is quite short, and it's 100 light years. Oh, there's some nice nebula there. Yeah, so I've been in close to the centre of the galaxy for the last three months, probably more than that actually. I was at Colonia. Spent about 2 months in Colonia, and then about a month ago I started the tour of the galaxy again. We completed the task to get up to Elite 5-star in where is it? Elite 5-star in xenobiology, and I'd already completed Elite 5-star in exploration about 6 months ago. So yeah, so I've been on the superhighway to get back to the bubble. Right, I think I just refueled. There's nothing here we want to view. So the next jump, we're going to have to go to a refuel star. We probably won't be able to make it the full length anyway, but let's see. So that's going to be 280. So we'll actually plot a route, and then we'll go back, and we'll actually jump to one before that and refuel there. Right, so let's go to that. Hopefully, yeah, we've got enough to do that. Right. Male Keith, 1883. So you're exploring too, okay? You're at Elite 4. Yeah, I found getting to the exploration Elite. I didn't really have to do anything that other than just travel around, which I was doing. I did a lot of work specifically for it to get to my first Elite. And I did that mainly by scanning neutron stars. Right, so that should get us as close as we need to go. Yeah, but yeah, just doing this tour of the galaxy, which I started after Odyssey. I got to Elite 5 stars about. I'm trying to think where it was. I think it was about halfway round when I got to. No, it was just after halfway actually. It was just after halfway when I got to Elite 5 stars. But at that point, they didn't have the Vista Genomics in fleet carriers. Yeah, it was a bit harder to get to that. You had to be very careful not to die and lose your Vista Genomics data. So I lost almost an entire spiral arm's worth of data when I was killed by a fleet carrier. Right, so anything in this system? Nope. So I think we've just got to do 2 more jumps to get there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to press, but I'm going to press that. So we are, yeah, 2 more jumps to get there. Yeah, so using the neutron star superhighway isn't the way to rank up in your elite status, which is why I hadn't used it until earlier this week when I hit 5-star on xenobiology.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, no, I'm not scanning the system now. I am, but I'm not taking much notice of it. I don't need the money. I'm just trying to get back to the bubble as quickly as possible to join in with the anti-Fargoid activity. Yeah, when I was before I got to Xeno 5-star Elite, I was scanning every system. But it's not everything in every system. I scan the system, and I only scan the whole system if I found an Earth-like world, an ammonia world, or a water world, and then went did a surface scan on those. And if I found biology while I was doing that, I went to do the biology as well. So I've scanned about 1,100 plants in total, and it was the last 150 of those plants which got me from not being elite up to elite 5-star. Now they changed the pricing. I believe they've changed the ranking to compensate for the pricing now, so I'm not quite sure how much you'll rank up, but I hit it on a sweet spot and managed to get the 5-star elites from the period when it was really quick to rank up. Right, so this next one should contain the we've got a planetary nebula just next door. Let's go to the planetary nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it's not a very long jump. I do like planetary nebulas. They often more spectacular than the full stellar nebulas.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
So are you still out exploring at the moment? Whereabouts are you at the moment?
Warning.
Black hole.
Taking
Just run into a black hole.
System
Right.
scan
Let's,
complete.
I've just got to wait for the frameshift drive to cool down. Let's take a screenshot of that. Let's oh, that's very nice, isn't it? What's that round thing in the middle that I'm going to get in the centre? Okay, let's try and get that spot in the centre. I'll back off a little bit. I've got the heat sinks open full as well. That's good. Right, so there's a screenshot. I'll just save that. I'll save the screenshots with paint rather than pressing F10, because then I get them in a JPEG or PNG, so I can upload them to the Galaxy, the Galaxy map that I use for the tour. Right, where are we? System map. So it's a black hole by itself, nothing else in the system by the looks of it. Oh, maybe it's because I haven't scanned the system yet. Right, okay.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2,
I'm overheating.
engage. Warning, taking
Never used to overheat leaving black holes because they don't produce a lot of heat. Alright, okay. So yeah, we are one jump away from where we want to be. So let's plot a route to that. And it was this one here. And it's probably the reason why that is there. It's probably studying this black hole that we're in the middle of at the moment. Right, so there's a megaship in this system. I'm hoping I can repair. Yeah, using the neutron star superhighway does take a bit of a toll on your frameshift drive.
Fuel scoping.
Let's see what we're looking at. Probably the system map will tell us more.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Right, I'm not seeing any megaship there. Right, okay. Right, as the megaship is missing, let's look at the galaxy map and find something else. So I'll share that with you guys. Right, so yeah, so we are somewhere around. Where is it? Around here. We'll go to the Elite Dangerous Astrometrics data. And if we click on here, if we click megaships, so it's showing a megaship just there. And is that where we are? C66. Yes, so that is where we are. So that megaship is obviously not there anymore. Not to worry, there were a few other. They're actually behind us now. Right, okay. In that case, I'm just going to plough on and go straight to the beta site in the jellyfish sector, as that will be my final destination for today. Yeah, disappointed that that ship isn't here. Actually, let me scan the system. I did see a. Yeah, so there is that. That could be the megaship. Let's scan the system, see if we can find that. It could equally be a Fargoid. Right, I think I'm going to have to scan the whole system. It's probably around one of the planets. I'm pretty sure that small signal sources sort of get lost in the bigger ones there. I mean, that must be another star over there. Must be relatively close to. So nothing there. if it's like a notable stellar phenomenon, it will probably show up when we scan a nearby star or planet that it's orbiting. Suppose I should be checking to see if there's life on these. I'll just yeah, so the Kovas is it's actually Holly from Red Dwarf. So if you've ever seen Red Dwarf, the Kovas is Norman Lovett. Or the voice is Norman Lovett. I can't remember what the name of the Kovas is. They're oh, that's a planetary nebula view. All right, I think that's a tourist beacon. Right, so it's a tourist beacon, not a well, if it's a tourist beacon, that's where the megaship would be. Right.
System scan complete.
I can't think what the name of the Kovas is in Elite, but yeah, the voice is Norman Lovett. Right, so let's have a look at the system map, see if that's made any difference to it. No, it hasn't. Right, as there's a tourist beacon, we might as well go and scan it. It's only 2,000 light seconds away. Oh, right, let's get you back in the game. We're still looking at the map. Yeah, so right, so I just scanned the system. The megaship is definitely not here. Although it's a good chance it's probably just been destroyed by the Fargoids, so I'm not too surprised about that. But we will plot a route in a second to the asteroid space station. And I can find the right web page. There it is. Shot there because I was looking at that other web page. And there is the nebula, planetary nebula that we just come from. And we'll take another screenshot from here. Because that is a good view. Quite a lot of nebulas. need to fly all the way around the planet to get back to that tourist beacon. Where is it? I've got a feeling at the moment. Oh, right, that is actually. Alright, it's actually on the
Orbital
planet.
flight engaged.
Right, so the tourist beacon nebula view is it's not 100% sure it's the tourist beacon, it might be on the planet. I wonder if it's is it a doesn't say there's a yeah, we've dropped out of Super Cruise, so it must be on the planet. It's on the dark side at the moment, so that isn't much good. Don't think we have to land to scan these. So it's actually saying that is 13 kilometers away. That must be either in a very big hole or on the other side of the planet. Alright, so that's 9 kilometers away. Alright, I'm getting closer to it, but it's getting more vertically downwards. Right, so that's vertically downwards by 7 kilometers, and I'm at an altitude of I'm at an altitude of 1 kilometer. Right, so I'm now looking vertically down. So that number's probably increasing now. Okay, whatever that is, it's 5 kilometers under the ground. Either that or this planet is less than 5 kilometers round, which it doesn't look like. Right, okay, so that was a waste of time.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
so there is the nebula. Let's get the planet in as well. Right. I think that's about the view that I want. We want to have that. Let's have the other nebulas on the top there. Right, so pull back a little bit from the ship. Zoom out. Try and get the whole of the nebula in. Right, there's a screenshot. Save that. And get the name of the planet we're around. Right, okay. So that's a screenshot of there. Right, I'm now going to go back to the galaxy map and go back to the neutron star, or find the name of the neutron star we just came from, which is right, so that's the neutron star we just came from, so I'll copy that name, paste that into the neutron star finder, or the neutron route, and try and calculate a route. Right, again it's saying it can't calculate a route. Let's just try that again. Right, so plot the system we starting from. The one we're going to. Let's just make sure the one we're going to is genuine. Yep. Range 77 point. I can't remember precisely what it was. Ship range. We're not fully fueled at the moment, so it's a little bit higher. I think it's 77.13. Let's put that in there. 77.13. Right, let's try calculating again. Ah, right. The second one's not been put in there. Right, let's do that. Unable to find route. Okay, it's saying unable to find route. Let's go back a bit further then. Let's try. Yeah, I seem to have had problems with this, trying to calculate shorter routes. Seems to be perfectly happy to do a long one. No, it's saying it can't find a route there either. Right, let's go to the galaxy map. Maybe it's the jellyfish one it doesn't like. It's 5,000 light years. It's not a short route. You should be able to do that easy enough. Let's pick one just outside there. Copy the name. Copy the name of that one. Just having problems copying the name. Nope, still can't generate a route. I am not quite sure why it does that occasionally. Let's go for doing that one in again. Ah, we have a route being generated. No, we don't. Error message. Just pick a random star nearby as a start, see if that does it. Yeah, we seem to be good to go. No error. Right, if we can't generate a route for the whole way, let's generate a route half the way. So let's pick a star somewhere in the middle. Copy and set that as our destination. Right, no results found for that one. Copy name. Oh, no results found for that. Let's see if we find just one in that general region. It's looking good. Nope, no route found. Right, okay. It's another 2,000 light years. I really don't want to do that on normal jumps. I think I've got a route. Yes, we have a route. Right, okay, so let's plot in this is our first location. So where are we? So it's a sideways jump, but it's only two jumps away. So we'll plot a route to there, and then we will continue from there, and that's going to get us at least halfway to where we're going.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. So the next jump has got to be a refuel jump. Oh, no, this is 2 jumps, so we should be able to refuel here. That's good.
Fuel scoping. Warning, temperature critical.
Right, 33 bodies in this system. And they fully
Fuel
refueled.
scoping
Okay.
complete. Warning, taking heat damage.
Right, let's see what the bodies are in here. No interesting planets. Right, so the next one should be the neutron star. Oh, it's saying there's no fuel star, so that's a good sign that that's the right one.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, so we'll plot the route into the next one. And which is the next one? Yeah, so we're at that one now, so that's the next one. And jump straight over to there. We should be nearly fully fueled.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Right, no planets.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three,
planets there that we want to look at. Plot the next route, or next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so the one after this we'll have to do a refuel stop. The next two jumps are both quite big, so yeah, we'll have to do a refuel stop for the next one.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
No planets here. Actually, let's double check. Yeah, there's no binary star. Right, so we'll set the next destination. And we'll jump to a refuel star next to it. There's one very close, that's good.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, definitely not got enough fuel to do 2 more jumps, so that was a good call.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
Carnage wrought by further maelstrom. Further FSS scanner upgrade released.
Okay, just press the news button there,
Pilot
didn't intend to
Federation
do that.
alert.
Turn it off again.
Fuel scooping.
Right, so we will have to do... Actually, just thinking the next destination isn't a real destination anyway, so it's just a random place.
Warning, temperature critical.
And we're not going to get there in the stream, so I've only got 5 minutes left, so I think I will just jump to the next star,
Fuel scoop
and
disengaged.
I will on the next neutron star, and I'll call it a day. There's that nice cluster again.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right, okay, so let's go to the neutron star. Right, so the stream has been 3 hours. We haven't quite made our way all the way over the Elysian shores, but we're getting pretty close to the other side now. I will have a quick look at the map before I log off. I think we've probably done around 70 to 80 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
And got at least sort of 90% of the way across the Elysian shores.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
Right, okay, so yeah, there's the neutron star, which we'll refuel at in a bit. I'll just drop out of Super Cruise so we don't crash into it, and we'll have a quick look at the galaxy map. Yeah, so we started over here today, around there. I actually started this morning somewhere over here, and I went over here off stream. I'm heading for a asteroid space station is around here, so it's still a significant way to go. And when I get to there, I will then head straight into the bubble to my fleet carrier, which I haven't actually been to for a long time. So yeah, to the fleet carrier. Hopefully that is not in a worn-torn system. So again, there is a lot of worn-torn systems there. They're all the red ones. And my fleet carrier is over here. Yeah, a little bit close to the worn-torn systems, but yeah. So yeah, hopefully I will be at my fleet carrier by the end of the day. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next stream, which will not be a tour of the galaxy. It will be probably Fargoid combat. So thanks a lot, and see you soon.